Good day, everyone. Good day. So I'm going to give it a little bit of time for people to arrive. So I know sometimes it takes a few moments for the, notification to go out properly. So, and of course, it takes me forever and a day to do anything. Oh, there's my tablet I was looking for. Underneath papers, lots of papers. Good day, Anna. Good day, integrator. There we go. I had to be a little patient. I was just trying to figure out where I put my, I have so many books, you would not believe it. Figure out where I put my scientific affirmations book. I don't think I'm going to have that today. I know it was over here. Oh, hold on one second. Okay. Good day, Denise. So I was looking for my scientific affirmation book, but I don't see it anywhere. I'm sure I'll find it as soon as we're done. But as I kind of scoped in front of me, it came up with my crystal Bible, which I had been looking for. It's like you see things when you're not looking for it. I was like, oh, there it is. And then when I sat down to want to get it, I was like, where did I see that book? So anyhow, so this is the Reiki book that I showed you before. This is the one that one of my Reiki teachers wrote, Don Beckett. So if you are at all interested in Reiki, this is a nice, simple, but fairly in-depth book that can get you started. And I will gladly, if you're interested in Reiki mentorship and receiving certification in level 1 or 2, let me know and do that on a donation basis. I enjoyed this book. This one is a little bit more in depth, a lot more, the Reiki Source book. Okay, this has lots of techniques in it. This book has techniques in it as well. I like both books. This is by Franz Steiner and his wife Bronwyn. They are in Australia, actually, a wonderful, lovely couple. And Don Beckett book. And let's see, since I'm showing you books, I would recommend that you get the latest edition of Superpower Breathing. Okay, the latest edition. This is an old edition. And after going through it, I think there is a newer edition to this because there's some information in here that I saw that was outdated. Not so much the breathing information, well, except for I think one of her books, it was 800 alveoli in our lungs, 800 million. The next edition had 600 million, and actually the number is more like 300 million, but I'm sure it's probably different with different people. That 300 million alveoli came from, I think, a group of 5 or 10 cadavers ranging from ages of 8 to 75. You know, everybody's body is different, but there is, you know, like a general template. So this book is really good. It gives you lots of good exercises, breathing exercises to do, as well as some food recommendation. But like I said, I, would recommend getting an updated book and doing your research on the food recommendation, because there's some things that, as we learn and grow, things need to be edited. And another book, Water. the importance of water. You know, our bodies are, at least when we're born, they're about 80 to 90% water. And then as we age, you know, the average adult body should be about 70% water. And is it hump day, Anna? What's today? Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? I'm so confused. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? I have no idea. Let me see. I know that sounds crazy, eh? I don't know what I did with my cell phone. Oh, here it is. Oh, okay. It's Thursday. All right, you threw me there for a second. That's okay. It's hump day somewhere. So anyway, so water. Definitely check this book out. You know, it's important to drink proper. It's important to make sure that you are getting the appropriate amount of water. And no, I have clients that will ask me, does soda count? Does coffee count? No, it does not count. It does not count. And black tea doesn't count either. Black tea, coffee, you know, those are diuretics. But I do love my black tea. This is actually lapsang. Have you heard of lapsang? It's a black tea from China, and it has like this smoky sort of flavor to it, almost like a sweet cigar. So, yeah. Yes, this is black tea. But no, tea drinking, tea, which is green tea, black tea, white tea, does not take the place of water. Welcome, Music Heals Me. Welcome. And welcome, Laura. Oh my goodness, I could just sit here and drink this the whole time. Let me have a little bit more. Here's a see, the cool thing about doing live stream is the interaction that we have with each other. It's sort of like an invisible roundtable meeting. And some of the funny things that people put in the chat room, and cute things like purple hearts and flowers. It's cute. I like jasmine tea as well. I've had jasmine green tea. I find it a little bit astringent for me, a little stronger than what I can kind of handle. But well, green tea doesn't count as drinking water because, again, it is a diuretic. Any tea is a diuretic. Now, herbal infusions, that might count as water because it's not a diuretic, but still, you want to drink water. Yes, The Secret. I like that book as well. Okay, so where was I? Let me go ahead and bring in the chimes. Let's take a nice, deep, centering breath. Okay, welcome. All right. So, whoops, I might have brought this crystal in before. I don't remember, but it was on my mind, and so I figured I would do it today. And this is Danubrite. I probably introduced this before. I don't know. This is Danubrite. It looks like quartz, but it's a little bit different from quartz. And this is like a double Danubrite, and it's terminated there at the end. The Crystal Bible is a magnificent, nice condensed book. And what's really cool about the Crystal Bible, I think it's up to 3 volumes now. This is volume 1. There's a second one and a third one. As you know, they're always either discovering new crystals, or people are, what do you call it? Wow, it's so weird how words can just escape you. People are augmenting, for lack of a better word, augmenting current crystals and changing them and creating a new one. I prefer to stick with the natural crystals myself, A, B, C, D. See, D comes after C, but before F and E, Danubite. Here we go. You can see that pink color a little bit better than what I was able to share with you. So this is Danubite. And the one in the book, you can see the pink a lot better. Now let's see, can you see that pink when I hold it up? Oh, yeah. You can see just a faint hint of pink color. But in person, you know, even though this crystal, it doesn't have that readily perfection that you might see in a piece of quartz, there's something very inviting and gentle and loving about this crystal. It's jagged and ragged, but I fell in love with it when I saw it. Okay. Color, pink, yellow, white, lilac. Appearance, clear with striations, all sizes. It's not rare. It's readily available. You can find it in the United States, Czech Republic, Russia, Switzerland, Japan, Mexico, and Myanmar. Isn't Myanmar? That's Burma. Okay, attributes. Danubite is a highly spiritual stone carrying a very pure vibration and working on the heart energy. It activates both the intellect and higher consciousness, linking into the angelic realms. Its brilliance comes from the cosmic light, and Danubite is sometimes found with a Buddha formation within the crystal that draws enlightenment and spiritual light. It smooths the path ahead. Wearing Danubite provides a link to serenity and eternal wisdom. Used in meditation, it takes you to a high state of consciousness and access inner guidance. Danubite is an excellent stone for facilitating deep change and for leaving the past behind. Let's see what else. Someone said they like the pictures in the background. So here you go. Oh, you mean that one? When you said the face one, I'm looking on the book. There's no faces in this book. And then I realized, yes, that's my tree. Yeah. So let's see, where was I? I am so easily distracted. Oh, look, there's a butterfly. Oh, no, there's the butterfly right there. That's so funny. My eldest son is a cognitive psychologist, and it's so funny. He said to me, Mom, talking to you is like I'm trying to talk to you, and you're like, oh, look, there's a butterfly over there. Yeah, that is me. Let's see. It can act as a karmic cleanser, releasing miasms. What is that word? Let me see if I can find that word. What is a miasm? Okay, a miasm, which is M-I-A-S-M. It says the subtle imprint of an infectious disease from the past, such as TB or syphilis, that has been passed down through a family or place. The term was coined by Samuel Hahnemann, the founder of homeopathy. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if that's sort of like the energetic impression, like phantom limb. And I'm sure Jeannie, who's a nurse, has probably heard of this, like phantom limb, when someone has had an amputation of any type, and say their foot was amputated or their finger, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I feel an itch on my big toe. Well, physically speaking, their big toe is no longer present, but the energy matrix, the energy signature of the big toe is still there. Yeah, so I guess that's sort of related to miasm. Okay, where were we? Placed by the bedside, this crystal can accompany the dying on their journey beyond death, enabling a conscious spiritual transition to take place. Spiritually, Danubite stimulates the third eye, the crown, and the higher chakras, opening these up to the 14th level. It aligns the heart to these higher crown chakras. And Danubrite clarifies the aura. It promotes lucid dreaming. So this is a good stone for lucid dreamings. Anna says, Tamu, how many crystals would you say that you have in your collection? I don't know. I don't know. A lot times a lot, multiplied by a lot. Yeah. I have so many that it is rubbed off of my 7-year-old, and he is into collecting crystals. He has a little treasure box that's probably, I'm looking at it, it looks to be about 6 inches wide and about 9 inches across and 4 inches deep. And it's like full of crystals. And yesterday in the mail, I received, oh, let me show you. Okay. Since Anna so sweetly interrupted me and I'm easily distracted, I want to show you one of my favorite crystals I have. And this is a Buddha rock. And this is painted by our lovely Laura Iverson, who is in the chat room right now. And you can check out more of her gorgeous rock paintings at zenbreeze.com. So anyway, this is a little box right here. And this is my son, Jackson. And these are just 2 of his crystals in here. And I had given him this K2, which of course, as we know, is granite and azurite. It's granite and azurite together. And then arrived in the mail yesterday was this little crystal specimen from India. And as soon as my little son saw it, he came over to my desk, which is just a little table that my computer is sitting on. And he's like, Mom, I want to trade this piece for that. And I'm like, okay. So these are 2 of his crystals. So yes. And I remember when he was about 4 years old, it was like 10 o'clock at night and we were still up. And he's like, Mom, can you get out the camera? I want to do a class. And he sits down and he has his treasure box of crystals, and he starts taking the crystals out and describing what the crystals are and what they were good for. It was so adorable. I don't know if I still have the video, but it was really sweet. And the first time he ever picked up a crystal, I think he was maybe about 3 or 4, is around the same time. And I don't particularly use crystals for physical healing, but it was funny. He picked up the crystal. He's like, Mom, is this good for pain? And he started rubbing the crystal on his leg. And that was and I was quite amazed because he had never seen me use crystals for physical ailment. And actually at that point in time, I had all of my crystals in storage and had just brought them home from the storage facility. And I had separated them all into boxes. And he just on his own went over and started picking up the crystals and talking about healing. So anyway, let me go ahead and finish the reading on Danubrite. Okay. Let's see. So it says, pink Danubrite opens the heart and encourages loving of oneself. And as we know, love begins with self and then others. Take care. Music heals me. Have a beautiful day. Beautiful day. And speaking of love and unconditional love, I know sometimes a little misleading. People think that unconditional love means you just sit there and allow someone to do whatever to you. But I know, especially for myself as a mother, you know, unconditional love many times takes the form of, you know, you love someone and you want to help them and be there for them, but they also have to want to help themselves and be there for themselves as well. And sometimes love calls you to let go and walk away, you know, holding space for that person in your heart, and, you know, wanting the best for them, but not continuing to enable them in whatever habits that they might be doing that is not good for them. So Daniel Bright vibrates to the astrological sign of Leo. And this mineral encourages you to allow your light to shine and to help you to get along with other people. It's a powerful intellectual activator, bringing both stimulus and responsiveness to the user. And let's see, it vibrates to the number 4. And so that is the stone, Daniel Bright. Can you see that? There you go. And that's from the book Melody, Love is in the Earth. And you are welcome, Laura. Like I said, go ahead and visit Laura at zenbreeze.com. And she also has a Facebook page. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring in our divine feminine for today. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the deck and see what comes up. Okay. All right. So we have Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga. I believe, Cindy, welcome. One of the things determined by the stones, you know, people use them through meditation, through connecting with the energy, also determined by the color of the stone and the mineral content, what those minerals are good for, you know, the color of the stones and how they correspond with the various chakras. And according to where the chakra is located, it affects, for instance, like the throat chakra. So anything that's good for the throat chakra will also be good for the thyroid. And anything that's good, you know, the heart area, the heart chakra is good for the heart. Like stones that are deep red, these are also good for circulation. Welcome, Tony. So we have Baba Yaga, wild woman. Baba Yaga. So let's bring up Baba Yaga. Is anyone feeling their wild woman today? Feeling suppressed and wanting to let go, suppressing themselves? Wild woman. I walk in the forest and speak intimately with the animals. I dance barefoot in the rain without any clothes. I travel on pathways that I make myself and in ways that suit me. My instincts are alive and razor sharp. My intuition and sense of smell are keen. I freely express my vitality, my sheer exuberant joyfulness to please myself because it is natural. It is what needs to be. I am the wild, joyous life force. Come and meet me. Baba Yaga, Slavic birth, death, wild goddess, rode about on a mortar, an extremely hard bowl used with a pestle to grind grain, nuts, etc. Her ways were fierce and wild, deep and penetrating, and could be interpreted as grinding away that which is extraneous. Baba Yaga house stood on chicken legs and danced about. Her time of death was autumn, for she was the life force present in the harvested grain. In Russia, this goddess was transformed into a witch who lived deep in the woods, in the forest, and ate children. They're always wanting to turn women, older women, and wild women into children eaters. And we all know that is not true. So reclaim your Baba Yaga, reclaim your wild nature, whether you're male or female. Reclaim that innate part of you that wants to be wild, that wants to dance in the rain, that wants to frolic in the falling leaves and sniff it all up and enjoy yourself and not be afraid of what others have to say about you. Embrace the life force that is all around us. You know, sometimes scary things live in a forest, and that's okay, because, you know, we all have our mortar and pestle, and we can grind those scary things to dust. Baba Yaga. Here you go. You see her? She's beautiful. A beautiful old crone. There we go. Baba Yaga. And it is autumn. It is the time of the year for Baba Yaga. So I wanted to share with you a Reiki practice, an energy practice. And you don't have to be a Reiki practitioner in order to enjoy this practice. And let's see, I tried to bring it up on my screen. I'm going to see if I can find it. Okay, I got and this practice is from Reiki, The True Story by Don Beckett. And I'm wanting to get to page 43. And we're going to look at the energetic practice of you are the universe. And like I said, you know, it's not necessary for you to be initiated Reiki practitioner in order to work with energy, in order to engage in this practice. However, if you are interested in becoming a Reiki practitioner and you absolutely do not have anyone around you that can assist you, I am available for distance mentorship. You can send me a message to find out more about that, and that is through donation basis. Let's see. So I think what I'll do right quick is go through the chakras for you, and then we will look at You Are the Universe. And this is meditation. So here we go. So hopefully this screen is big enough. Okay. Make that as big as I can. All right. So the chakra. Chakra is a Sanskrit word meaning wheel. Chakras are wheels of subtle energy, usually unseen by most of us, although some people can see chakras. I would say I've probably seen chakras maybe 2 or 3 times. One that I really deeply remember is when I was first learning Reiki and really doing my Reiki practice. And I used to use my children as guinea pigs because they had no choice. And they were bodies right there available to me. So anyway, I'm just joking. But I would practice Reiki on my children. And then once I was finished, I would have them practice on me. And I remember my youngest child at the time, he is now 18. And at that time, he was maybe about 7 years old. And he's my musician. He is a phenomenal musician. So anyway, I did Reiki on him. I started at his head area, which is the crown chakra, and worked my way down to the root chakra and to his feet. And then I was like, okay, it's your turn. And he put his hands at my head and held them there for a few minutes and allowing Reiki to flow. And then I said, okay, now put your hand over my heart. And when he put his hand over my heart, this energy pulsed from him into me, or both of us meeting together. But right at my heart chakra, it was like this huge vortex of energy just opened up, and it just swirled out, and it like startled me. I grabbed his hand really quick. It wasn't scary or anything, but I just never experienced that before. And that was like really very, very early on in my Reiki practice. This was right after I came back from that pagan festival where I had been initiated by one of the women, Rachel Evanovsky, that I met there. Okay, so people who see chakras have described them, these 7 in line from the base of the spine to the crown of the head as follows. The root or base chakra is at the perineum between the genitals and the anus, associated with the color red, element earth, planet earth, and with the family or tribal identity. So this is like your groundedness, your connection with the earth. The sacral chakra, which is slightly below the navel, associated with the color orange, element water, the moon, and with survival and reproduction. It is personal power and one-on-one, your creativity and one-on-one relationships. The solar plexus chakra, which is above the navel in the solar plexus area. It's associated with the color yellow, the element of fire, the sun, and with self-esteem and personal identity. Yeah, I remember I was working on another one of my sons, and when I was at the area of his solar plexus, and I was, had my hands above that area and being Reiki with him, I asked him to, describe to me what he's seeing right now, and he told me that he was seeing the color yellow. So that was really interesting. And he was, let's see, he was probably about the age of, I would say 13. So let's see. Sorry, I just got a text message from someone. So anyway, so moving right along, we're at the heart chakra in the center of the chest, associated with the color green and sometimes pink or salmon. And that is, let's see, the elements of air, and with the overall health and balance of the body and spirit. The throat chakra is at the base of the throat and just above the clavicle, associated with blue. And element is akasha, or vibration of manifestation, or vibration and manifestation. And it's associated with choice, faith, and self-expression. And I always found it interesting throughout my practice, whenever I ran into women who had thyroid issues, a lot of the times it really seemed women who were like in stifled relationships, very unhappy, or they were at jobs that they absolutely hated, and just, very, like they weren't able to really express themselves. So, that energy begins to shut down. And it's like disease and ailments, they first start in the energetic body of a person. And then if it's let to go on and it hasn't been addressed, then it goes into the body, the actual physical body. So then there's the brow chakra just above the eyebrows, and sometimes called the third eye, associated with the color indigo or violet. And that's with intuition and reason and evaluation. And then there's the crown chakra at the crown of the head, associated with the color violet or white, and with the integration of our spirituality. This is considered to be the gateway between the energies of the material universe and purely spiritual energy of divine source. Denise comment is scientifically proven too. And so this is just those are 7 main chakras. However, there are hundreds of chakras all throughout the body. You have chakras in the palm of your hand, and For those of you who do energy work, you're familiar with that. Whether you're a Reiki practitioner or not, you can actually feel the vibration in the palm of your hands. Very strong vibration. There's also chakras higher than your crown chakra, you know, your 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th chakra on up. There's chakras all over your body, all over your body. Okay, so the chakras provide and regulate the energy responsible for living, and the chakras are activated by two fundamental energies known as yin and yang, yang and yin, which is the masculine and feminine principle, respectively. They come to us from heaven and earth, respectively, and we may picture them empowering these 7 major chakras. And I would recommend, you know, I'm not into having people open your chakras or close your chakras. You need your energy systems in your body. However, it is important to be balanced and to have things balanced in your body. And, you know, certain meditations can help with that. Let's see. We may picture them empowering the 7 major chakras in the following way: heaven energy spiraling down, entering our body at the crown chakra; earth energy spiraling up, entering our body at the root chakra. In addition to the countless whirlpools of yin yang energy arising throughout our energy field. People who see chakras describe them as funnel shape of energy at the crown and an upside down funnel shape at the earth. Heaven energy descends through the channel on one side of the spine, entering at the crown, engaging chakras 6 through 2 as it moves downward, and then leaving through the root. Earth energy ascends through a channel on the other side of the spine, entering at the root, engaging chakras 2 through 6 as it moves upward, then leaving through the crown. And a practice that I like to do is connecting heaven and earth energy through the crown and through the root, and allowing that energy to both flow up and down at the same time, and then goes out and then around and back, sort of like a torus. Let's see if I can show you an example of a torus so you can see what I'm speaking of. Let's see. There you go, right here. This would be the perfect example of the torus flow. So imagine, and it actually almost looks like there's like a head right there, and then there's the body, and then there's the legs. I mean, I don't know what this image is of, but that's what it looks like to me. And so as I stand there with my feet firmly planted, you know, your feet are usually about shoulder length apart. And then I just envision energy coming in through my crown, universal life force energy coming through my crown and going down and meeting in my heart area, right in this area. And then imagine and allowing energy from the earth to come up. So that's the yang energy going in through the crown, which is heaven energy, and then the yin energy, the groundedness of the earth coming up, meeting at the heart, and just sort of going up, out, around, up, out, and around, just like this. So down and around and up and around. And it's very energizing and grounding and all of that good stuff. Okay, so we're going to scroll on down to You Are the Universe. And this is one of my late teacher, Don Beckett's favorite forms of self-Reiki. And for those of you who are not Reiki practitioners, they just say, you know, favorite form of self-energy, building up your energy, allowing energy to flow. Okay, so you are the universe. The procedure is to lie on my back and put hands on the head, down to the throat, and then continues straight down the middle of the body. This treats the 7 major chakras, of course, and through them, the whole body. All right. So I can read a little bit of what he says. And he was such a wonderful, amazing person, really cool person, you know. One day as I was doing this, I had the realization about the relationship of the human body to the greater universe. How the human body is indeed a microcosm of the macrocosmic universe, which I had known intellectually before, but had not really felt it in a deep way. You know, there's one thing about reading something, and then when you truly know it, when you truly bring that into your body. I experienced the feeling of a holographic universe and the fact that our tiny human bodies actually encompass all that is. And that is so true. We are actually a fractal of the greater universe. Our atoms, you know, are like miniature little solar systems, you know, that make up the molecules, the atoms, all of that, our cells. There's all of these different little systems in our body, just like the universe. I felt this as the true essence of Reiki, the union of universal spirit, which is Rei, and the personal energy, which is Ki. It's the realization that we encompass and can affect everything in the universe, and that we can focus the wisdom and power of the whole universe through our personal bodies. As I held my hands on my head and then started moving them down the rest of my body, I began to see the human system, specifically the major chakras, as a reflection of the solar system. And so I was asked about meditation and how I put meditation in most of the titles of these shows, is because everything that we do when we're taking time to contemplate on something, when we're taking time to sit in that energy, that is a meditation. And this "you are the universe" is a meditation as well. And so he begins at the crown chakra, which is the gateway to the energy of heaven. And so as you lie there on your back, and if you're not able to lie down, you can even do this standing up. You put your palms on the top of your head as you're lying down or standing up, and you just envision, you know, your crown is the gateway to the energy of heaven. And you just imagine how that energy would feel flowing into your crown chakra, the brow chakra, which is the stillness of one. The stillness of one becomes the first stirrings of two, the inseparable yin and yang, whose interaction creates everything in the dualistic universe. Time and space are the first two. Throat chakra. Let there be light, and 10,000 other things, the will, the voice, the word, precipitating concrete manifestation from the swirls of chaos. Doesn't it sound a little bit like the Tao Te Ching? The heart chakra, the element of air, which empowers and governs the human heart and lungs, the energy of breath, which is, of course, our life force, the atmosphere of the planet. The solar plexus chakra, the element of fire, which empowers and governs the stomach, liver, gallbladder, spleen, pancreas, the energy of digestion, alchemy, transmutation, the sun, that is the solar plexus. And here are the pictures that go along with it. The sacral chakra, the element of water, which empowers and governs the intestines, kidneys, urinary organs, the energy of assimilation, relationship, the two becoming one in sacred union, resulting in a new creation. And it's also connected with the moon. The root chakra, the element of earth, the fundamental energy of physical existence, the rock and soil of the planet. And this is our groundedness, our foundation. So you see, let's see. I think he missed the picture for the crown. So anyway, we missed the crown picture. Oh, I see. The pictures are for whatever reason, they got put on there backwards. This picture should be first. So first starting with your hands at the crown of your head, then at your eyes, and going on down. Having this awareness, we can consciously connect with the energies and their totality as they make up the whole universe. The human body is a hologram of all that is. And as we give Reiki to ourselves, we can direct it via these elements through all creation. I start with the palms over the eyes, the fingers of each hand crossing over the brow, and then move from one at a time to cover the crown, then the temples, then the front of the face, bottom of the palms at the jaw, and on down the body. And he's covered everything all over the head, which in traditional Reiki, it was generally focused all in the head because it was believed that by treating the head, you're treating the entire body. And then moving on down, you are the universe. And I like this chapter 3, doing without doing. And that's sort of the idea of doing what you need to do, but not be attached to the outcome. Do your best, put all of your energy in there, and then let it go. Doing without doing. So that, my friends, is the you are the universe. So there we go. Okay. Does anyone have any questions coming from the chat room? Let me know. Happy sunrise. Good day, my sky. Good day. Okay, so hopefully I will have a reading of the Tao Te Ching this evening. And I'm going to read a little bit. Oh, yes, it is. It is. And again, let me show you the book. That was from my late Reiki teacher, Don Beckett. It's Reiki, the True Story, an exploration of Usui Reiki. And it's a wonderful book. And I'm not sure if there's a Kindle version. There might be. I have a PDF because after my teacher, I think right before it went to printing, I think it went to printing in November of 2008. He told, he was telling me the whole time that he was writing this book, etc. This book he was writing. And then as he was telling me about the book he was writing, next thing I know, he sent me the email with the actual PDF in a book. So I actually had a copy of the book before it was actually printed, and I cherish that. And so this is the book. So if you want a straightforward, in-depth, but not overly bogged down with a lot of ego stuff, because a lot of Reiki books do have that, like they say, this is the only way to do Reiki, and you can't do Reiki this way and that. Don was not about that. He was about each and every one of us has a right to approach the practice, make it our own. And if we do choose to become teachers, teach and share that Reiki in the method that it was handed to us, but making it our own. So, yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to read a little bit from Eckhart Tolle, Oneness with All Life, and then I'm going to go and clean up my art room and get some painting done today. Okay. So this is Oneness with All Life, and I'm reading from page 29. The most important, the primordial relationship in your life is your relationship with the now, or rather with whatever form the now takes. That is to say, what is or what happens. If your relationship with the now is dysfunctional, that dysfunction will be reflected in every relationship and every situation you encounter. The ego could be defined simply in this way: a dysfunctional relationship with the present moment. It would be the immature ego, of course. It is at this moment that you can decide what kind of relationship you want to have with the present moment. Do I want the present moment to be my friend or my enemy? The present moment is inseparable from life. So you are really deciding what kind of relationship you want to have with life. Once you've decided you want the present moment to be your friend, it is up to you to make that first move. Become friendly with it. Welcome it no matter in what disguise it comes. And soon you will see the results. Life becomes friendly towards you. People become helpful. Circumstances cooperative. One decision can change your entire reality. But that one decision you have to make again and again and again until it becomes natural to live in such a way. So I think that that's very appropriate, at least for me, accepting what is happening in the moment, not, for instance, your everyday life, you have people that say, well, it's like, how are you doing? Oh, I'm all right. I could be better, but I'll be happier when I get this job, or I'll be happier when I make more money. And it's like, what about right now? Are you willing to make the choice to be happy right now, to be good right now in this moment? And sometimes people get the wrong idea when you say that you feel content. When you wanting to feel content in the right now, it doesn't mean that you're stagnant and that you're not doing what you need to do. It just means that you're working in this moment and what's presenting to you in this moment, and you're going to make a choice. I'm going to be okay right now. I'm going to do what I need to do, but I'm going to embrace my happiness and my joy in this moment, however I can get it. And I see someone in the chat room mention, I have trouble living in the now. Little children are good for living in the now. They can, I went to a parent teacher conference yesterday afternoon, and with my first grader, and the teacher's like, he's really good at staying focused and being on target. In the art class, he takes care of his art supplies, and generally we hum a tune. I guess she leads them into like a song to occupy them while they're painting. And she says a lot of times he won't even hum. He is tuned in to what's going on, and he's painting and doing his thing. It's a practice, and I'll be willing to work with you on that. Hit me up with the message, and we can discuss that a little bit further. I'll give you a good example of when you want to make the choice to live in the now. A couple of years ago, I had just gotten a new car. Okay, it wasn't brand new, but it was new to me. And I had some kind of orthopedic massage training that I was doing. And I drove about 25 minutes to that training. And on the way back, I had a kombucha class that I had to teach at one of the yoga studios. And I had to be there at a certain time. And as I'm driving back into town, the axis on my car broke. Something broke. You have the wheels, this line, and then the wheel is here and the wheel is there. That part that turns and directs that, I don't know what you call it, but it broke. And I was like, oh no, I have to be at my class in an hour. And I was so stressed because I was thinking, how much is this going to cost me? Just when you feel like you're getting ahead. Yes, the tie rod. It was some kind of rod. And just when you're getting ahead and got a little bit of money saved up, and then by darn it, something happens with the car and you got to dump all of that money in. I was so stressed. So I called up a friend of mine and borrowed their car, transferred all of my stuff to that car, drove. And I'm thinking, okay, I cannot go into this class with this dark shadow of finances hanging over my head. What is going to happen with my car? Is my car totaled or what? I mean, I was like completely freaked out. But before I got out of the car, I made the choice to say, you know what? I'm going to go in there. I'm going to focus on what I'm doing and not worry about this. So as I was setting up, I was really in that moment, breathing every time, you know, taking out what I need to take out, get it set up. And then when people arrived for the class, it's just like I went into that moment. I was in the now. I was in the zone and did what I needed to do. And I didn't even think about the car. I wasn't even cognizant. The car wasn't even on my radar, not even a little bit. I focused. I did what I needed to do. I worked with the people. I helped them get their kombucha culture set up. Blah, 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 blah. Everything was done. And when I said, okay, everyone, goodbye, it was good to meet with you. And as people were starting to leave, and as I started to pack my stuff up, and all of a sudden, I remembered I had a car. I remembered the car was at the automobile place. So I just share with you that it can happen, but it takes practice. Sitting in meditation, even for 2 minutes a day or 5 minutes a day, is a step in that practice. Now, that situation happened 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and I had already started a meditation practice. I had already, done all of that. So I had started practicing. Now, 10 years prior, would I have been able to do that? No. It would have been nagging in the back of my mind, driving me crazy the entire time. But because I put in the time and the effort to sit in meditation, to sit in contemplation, and to do that practice, when it came time, I was able to kind of go into that mode. So it's just say, yeah, that could have been dangerous, Denise. You are absolutely right. It happened. I'm not sure. It actually started to happen as I was driving away, but I don't know how I managed. But I was able, can't remember how it was like, I don't know, but I managed. And you're right. But anyway, we can do it. As I say, living takes practice. It takes hard work if you want to live with awareness and consciousness, but we can do it. It can be done. You just keep doing it. You keep doing it. You keep doing it. You ask for help, advice, keep doing it, and eventually you will make it. You'll be that much better at it than you were before. And yeah, so anyway, so thank you for joining me today, and I'm thankful for you. And let's take a nice, deep, centering breath. Let's take a moment to remember our ancestors and all those who have transitioned before us. I wish you peace and great bliss. Thank you. Thank you.